to bring someone else in. That's the way I look at Virtus Pro. I don't think Kicker was a problem. So I think Kicker can add a lot to this team. And obviously, Patsy is, for me, the exciting angle. Because I don't think the jury's out on him. I think he can still be an absolutely world-class player.
Yeah, he's still so young. He's still so young, still so fresh into his career. And I mean, for Kicker as well, he's just always got his casting career to fall back on. If it doesn't work out, you know, doing alongside Moses. But we'll see if he could do in the server.
I think that'll be lost on.
That joke was for me, Alan. It was for me and you, and if anyone gets it in the chat, good for them.
It's also Art Frost as well. He's a bit like Nork, where, okay, it's fair enough, you know. If a player of Shearer's caliber shows up, I'm sorry, this is a sport. Like, you might have to make way. But Art Frost is young. He's been great in CS2 for an AWPer. He can improve. He can prove everyone wrong.
Certainly can. Batsy, oh, held for. That's nice. Rezalt was so ready for that setup. He says, no, I know some Jerry setups. I've played with this guy a little bit. Here's that Art Frost, though. Ooh, overwhelmed. Just didn't know which way to look. Good effort, though. Gives his team a chance. Let's see if they can capitalize. Kicker. Not the sharpest shooting, but it gets there in the end and leaves it into a clutch for Kenzie. One man against the world, salvaging some weaponry, a flashbang off his comrades' bodies. Don't think they were close enough to hear that splash, but they are in the right position for this. There's the check. There's the knowledge. There's the info. There's the shots. Nicely done. Great recovery from PARIVISION.
And we called him out, Art Frost. Way to announce himself after what should have been a disastrous start, losing to an connector. That kind of is game over because the map is bisected, but some fine shooting. Even deny a bomb plant too, which is going to cause Aurora some problems. And yeah, let's get into this one. Aurora, they do like a buy. Most teams would eco second round here without a bomb plant, but they're going to go all in. And I need to see why, because I really do think the majority of teams would have stayed for AKs.
This is not the majority of teams.
No.
This is Aurora. And this is why. Patsy's dead already. SMG picked up. That's not a big difference maker, but it's the danger of these pistols. Patsy poking his nose where it did not belong. Got a nose full of lead. Doesn't smell very good at all.
They got the right read.
Jerry's so
3A
isolated.
lean. And I don't think Jerry's got any noise cues, so it's a cool gamble. Good catch.
Nice.
Good catch. Long secured. And comes to his teammates. Jerry goes down, but he's done his job.
Absolutely. It's going to force them down. They don't want to walk into a fully alarmed bomb site. Actually, the bomb's rotating through Fountain? This is going to cost them a lot of time. This is going to cost them a lot of time. And Arfrost is coming looking. Arfrost has his finger on the pulse of this round. They're full rotating back through he may not expect Deco here. Because why would you expect Deco here? Maybe that's why. Deco now gets himself an upgrade. He's going back up top. He's going to throw a fake. As that comes over, does it pull Not Necky? There's no real reason to shift right now, but Not Necky still can't really pick right. They might expect the site to be vacated. Oh, no. Oh, no. You feel for the young gun there. If he gets the kill a little quicker, he snaps over to the planter and boom. Suddenly the round's in his lap, but it's not to be. A saved gun for Kicker, the best they can hope for now. Aurora pull off the force buy.
It's very active CT side so far. This time kind of to their detriment. I just want to give a shout out to the way Deco played after getting the kill. Is he sees, you know, he sat in connector, he sees the player come down, trying to flank B, and he recognizes that, oh god, PARIVISION could be stacking B here. They've had a player flank the whole way. He's calling to his teammates. I can't see anybody. A. That's why he runs up A. Is to remove that illusion that A is not a threat. So, not saying it actually made a huge difference to how PARIVISION were positioned, but he prevented it being a disaster. So good awareness. And who was I to question an Aurora force buy? They make it work.
are you ready for the Not An ESL 4K? It's gonna be tough because he's the base of a boost right now.
Yeah.
So. Well, this is gonna make it easier because his teammates are gonna die. I will disassemble the boost. That was just utter chaos. I think they might have been trusting that Frost had been holding that a little more diligently than perhaps he had. Full blindside up con. A bit of desperation as the scout gets run down. Nice nade.
Norwi DC'd with the bomb? No, okay.
No,
he was stood still for so long.
He thought someone was gonna lurk out. Found late.
Well, PARIVISION's got the stack right. There's just so much util here for Aurora that I'm not sure it's going to matter. Oh, they're actually moving around. You got it right, lad. Stick around.
Commit to the bit. Ooh, footsteps from Kicker. Timing. I can't finish their kills. Kicker gets it eventually. No more. He was totally overwhelmed. We will not be getting the Not An ESL 4K. And our Frost would really like this scout to live.
Kind of fighting piecemeal there, weren't they? One at a time. I guess the util made it tricky. And I don't think Frost is going to save this.
I mean, even purely on bomb radius, he was running out of opportunity. Aurora in the lead.
This is perfect for them.
Yeah,
So
it
good
doesn't get
for
much
Aurora.
better.
It just does incredible things to your economy when you win the reset and you keep players alive. You're just facing such weak investments. And this is going to be an almost full eco. You can't ask for more than this if you're Aurora.
But are you prepared for the Kicker P250 1K? Because that's about the best I can expect out of this. Oh, cheeky nade stack. There are players here. They are stacked up. And it does not matter.
I guess the HEs clipped the stairs. I can't believe they didn't do more damage. That'd be CS sometimes.
CS2 HEs are better than Go HEs, but they still do some funny things. There are fewer blue nades, but there are still plenty of blue nades. It is interesting, though. I find myself just complaining about them a lot less. It's more like the molly bounces that get really weird sometimes now. As far as what air bursts or what doesn't, or what goes where you expect it to or not.
Just want consistency. That's all we want.
All you need. I mean, it is the stack site. I just don't think it's going to matter. Molotov, shot called, dead man. One falls, second falls, third goes the same way. Clean. As you like.
It's also, if Aurora know it's a full eco and the site is stacked, do you think they're going to the site with nobody or to find the kills? Because I can assure you, they want to poke and prod. They enjoy having some fun. Right. Well, guns are out. Again, this is the problem of buying on the rounds like they have. 4 players out head armor. And we've got an M4 and a Galil on the other side. We've got no kits. And we're lacking in the molly department. So an aggressive take, probably not an option. 3A start. Jerry's come over to help out, lend a hand. And also we've got a double long setup. So PARIVISION really want to fight before A control is established by Aurora. That's not where those nades are going to go.
No. No. It has been one of our critiques of Aurora. This is a team that likes broad strokes and maybe misses some of the finer details. At times. We see it consistently in pretty much every map of play. There's at least one set utility strat where the utility just doesn't go where it needs to. For example, that nade was a little off on the smoke pop. Flashbang's good though, kills better. But because the nade pop wasn't ideal, it sets up the trade. Result has some space short. Kicker is isolated. A lot of trouble, and down he goes, and that could just be the round. The rotating player Graffiti, they killed the lurker and Kenzie. Okay, numbers on now. That one kill tilts the scales in a big way. Patsy dueling around the pillar, trying to find his sight lines. Oh, but Deca's there to support. And now the bomb will be planted. And Jerry and Artfrost with Artfrost glass cannon have decisions to make.
They're praying for an overzealous player, but it's not going to come. It's not going to come. They'll have to save. And yeah. Aurora get a lot of control. Might have missed some nades, but the flashbang critically for the first kill out monster was perfect. So kind of cascades from there. And PARIVISION just cannot get their teeth into this map so far beyond the pistol. Really struggling. Their money in the next is not going to be great either. I mean, they could drop A1Ss, but Artfrost again without armor. I think you just have to half buy and accept that Aurora are going to get 5. Today will be another test of whether Deco is back in my field division, back on my hit list.
Another chance to win your love.
Yes.
Got to shine slightly tarnished, but you just can't quit him.
No sir. We had a rough patch.
You and Jake Gyllenhaal. Woo! Pogo stick! Oh, what a shot from Lucky. Bet he's good at carnival games. I don't mind the cheeky play. Trying to boost up. A little bit awkward there. And now things are starting to fall apart.
And Jerry just goes down. They just can't get a good duel at the moment.
No.
So how many times have you seen PARIVISION be in a crossfire and take a fight? It's always one. It's always alone. Every time. Now, this round is a half buy. You expect players to get a bit more frisky and look for duels, but this is the trend. If you add in the gun rounds.
Yeah, it's been consistent so far. This is going to be critical from Notneki because if he doesn't come to support, well, Kenzie's going to have his AWPer blindsided. Might have it regardless. On this smoke fade, Artfrost's a dead man. No getting away from it. It's over.
Wow.
Nicely played from Kenzie. He was a fisherman. He set his line. He baited the hook. Hook. Line, sinker. There goes the round. It is, though, you're seeing very individual moves, especially outside bathrooms. Like, they're always trying to catch a flank, but Aurora is always watching because it's what Aurora would do. So there's a lot of familiarity with what PARIVISION want to try, the individual lurks, and those kind of lurks do not work if they're predictable. So, gotta change up something here if you're PARIVISION. I mean, maybe even just... It's not the way I like to see Overpass, but the proactivity is really not working here, is it, Alan?
Well, check out Patsy's stat line. He's the player better positioned than anybody to get aggressive as the A rifler, and so far, clearly, not so much done. That nade, I think the idea was to burst the smoke, but it didn't. That's a disaster. Kick it also presumably spammed down. Another round where it's just over.
Dead on arrival.
20 seconds in.
Dead on arrival. This is Aurora's map pick. Maybe we'll give PARIVISION a little grace, but geez Louise, these rounds are looking putrid. You're going aggressive, but you're not fully committing aggressive. The pieces that you go aggressive with are consistently losing the first foray. And then Aurora just pump the brakes. Wait for the inevitable response to come in because you cannot live with being in a 5v3. Well, you can if that happens. Norwi had all of A in his grasp. Somehow doesn't call the team over. Instead, they do want to commit in towards B. This is going to be read by PARIVISION. They'll have the numbers here. There's a chance. And okay, the late rotate up. The late rotate up will catch. Time's going to be critical, though. Kenzie's just trying to make noise, but he's been cleaned up. So they're rocking in towards A, but it's even numbers all of a sudden, Alan. This is a viable round, and if they can catch the bomb in rotation, it's big trouble on. This plan has to work. Jerry knows it, so he tries to swing to deny, but that's being watched, and now there's no utility. There's no kits. There's no way to get back onto this site. As much as Aurora have given them a window of opportunity, that window is slim. They're not going to try and press it.
Jerry did have a kit, but it's still too much. Still too much. I mean, some nice replies from PARIVISION. Just Aurora, they might have been losing some players, but they were always a step ahead. They were, you know, they pressure B a bit there at the end. They feel too much resistance. They say, okay, let's leave the one player in Kenzie. Everyone else go up towards A. And even though Kenzie dies, he comes over that information, and it's so, yeah, this is a pretty perfect start. The money is also completely out of control. All players into 5 figures for Aurora. This is the dictionary definition of a disaster start. PARIVISION win pistol, reset, and it's just been a slaughterhouse since then. What are we on here? 4, 5, 9, 10, 13 kills in 7 rounds. So we're averaging under 2 kills a round on average.
That's, look, now I'm no statistician, but that's bad.
Yeah, say that again. Patsy and Artfrost need to... Maybe they should just start playing passive. I mean, at least if it goes...
Yeah.
To, you know, a 5-on-5 execute and you're in a crossfire, an individual might be able to win it, or, you know, a good counter nade might win you the round. If we just keep being in 4v5s, 3v5s, it's just completely unsustainable.
It genuinely does feel like a moment where the A players should just be leashed in towards the site. You can see it even here. They're a little bit more passive. Overpass is taking an angle, but it's a shot and drop angle. Patsy's playing just from the sign. So they've been reined in. Jerry agrees with you. Time to stop losing casualties on the adventure. Stay close to home.
There's definitely an aspect of Counter-Strike where you have all these, you know, plans and how you like to play in your scrims. And, you know, I'm sure with a player like Patsy, they love to play aggressive. That is Patsy through and through. But at some point in the match, you have to be pragmatic and just say, this has been a disaster. We just can't function like this. And I'm not surprised this change has come in. Now, what they do seed is information. Very passive on both the sides. Aurora also doing a good job of not giving up a lot of cues here, so... PARIVISION are really flying blind. Jerry comes off A, and I question how much longer till somebody feels like we have to get some information.
When Aurora is taking the space towards A. Untested, unchecked, they're saying, okay, they're falling further back, we'll gobble up this real estate. The one thing that has been an Achilles heel for Aurora sometimes is the clock. So they don't want to let this get too late. 25 seconds they're moving in, but that's an opener. Now it's worth it. You're in a 5v4. You've got Artfrost. Oh, no, Artfrost. Oh, no. Committed on the angle with no long awareness. He'll be traded at least. That was blind fire from Jerry. 13 seconds. If Jerry can drop this bomb, that could be something, but he's taken out by the spam. The smoke goes in. The bomb will go down, and the retakes piecemeal. 1 by 1. They falter. They fall. Not necky. I mean, look, spare some thoughts for the new guy. It's none of this has been his fault necessarily. He's just never really had an opportunity to actually get into a round.
Wow, that was quite incredible. PARIVISION make a very obvious adjustment, and they're just not. You know, they just had no info. You could just see, Artfrost had no idea a player could be that far up long. Wow, this is a slamming. It's not a match at the moment. This is different divisions.
This is one of the most one-sided games I've watched probably this year. It's been 7 rounds in a row for Aurora, but it's not just that fact. It's not just the fact that they won the force buy in every subsequent. It's the manner of it. It's the fact that PARIVISION, for the full 2 minutes of every round, are losing. From the time a minute 55 hits the clock till the end, it feels like they are just slowly losing. It's not a push and pull. It's not a tug of war. It's just like a guy sliding down a slope. Here we go. We're back to this double con setup. Nice nade. They're not making a secret of it. They're tipping their hat. They're saying, this is what we're doing. Stop us. And at least for the moment, Aurora have managed to completely evade them in the smoke. Are they just gonna hit B? Wow, that smoke's still up. This is astonishing. Artfrost gets one, but he's under pressure. He's dropped Lackey. The entries, the third would have been too much. And Jerry, meanwhile, strikes from Con, so thinking that alone would only work if the B thrust was perfect, and it's good, but not perfect. Finally, PARIVISION have something to stand on, some sort of momentum, some sort of energy. They need to see this home. And Patsy lost, continuing his very tough game is not ideal. Smoke goes up, Molly as well. This is to allow the bomb plant to come through. Jerry's far too low to chance a Molotov. Aurora are wary that some sort of trap's been laid, though, and Kicker might have just found the time. Jerry thinks it's a fake. He's rerouting Kicker. Oh, no! A chance to put this round away. Now the nade will chase. They need to plant. They're still wary of Jerry. But Kicker may have fumbled their opportunity to put this round away. Now the bomb goes down. The chances are slim for PARIVISION. They've not got the kits. They've got to get a move on. They've not got the health. They've not got the nades. They've not got any remaining advantage into this round. So it has to be the hero play. Kicker has to go try and finish what he started. But as time ticks ever lower, they've still got the op to contend with. And Aurora aren't giving them an inch. Okay, Kicker. He'll take his inches. He'll command his inches. Do they expect the same player from the same angle? Well, now they do. And Kinsey knows he just needs to land one more bullet. Jerry's not on the bomb. This round is lost. All this effort, all this battle, the result is the same.
You just can't catch a break. PARIVISION was so well set up there. They had an AWP posted from B. The Artfrost was playing B, so he gets the first kill. Maybe the flash wasn't so good at blinding him up as those players run in. They have 2 players connector, so they've got essentially all 5 players can very quickly react to a short hit. All of them. And they get a man advantage, and they still can't close it. It's... That hurts a lot more than, you know, getting entry early or shot for a smoke. That hurts so much more when you know you made a good call with your early setup. You know you're in a good position. You know you had a man advantage, and still... Aurora, if it's not strategically, then individually they're just going to outplay them in this game so far, is what it seems. It's just brutal. And we don't want to point fingers, but man, does Patsy need to have some impact, or this A-bomb site is not going to function.
I mean, yeah. This finger merits pointing. Your site defense hinges around what he can find, and he has found nothing this entire map. And that will continue. Overfrost at least gets something going with the AWP. Bit of a desperation play to have it out. But this team, this defense, this setup cannot live with Patsy 0-10. Team Dink.
I mean, it's good damage, I guess, but it's just irrelevant. It doesn't matter as long as Aurora close the round. It looks like they will. They got so much money. Of course, it's going to be buying to the end of this half. Artfrost. And it does need to save. I mean, Kicker somehow Kicker overbuy coming into this. How's Kicker not got money?
He dropped the AWP.
Well, they really needed Artfrost to be more passive then, didn't they?
Mm-hmm. I'll have the AWP again. Kicker will be down to the farmers.
Where
I mean, it just doesn't... The thing as well is he doesn't feel like... Yes, obviously you would like to have every tool at your disposal. But it doesn't really feel like that's the problem, does it? It's not a situation... This is a classic situation where you just can never get the CT economy healthy, yada, yada, yada. It's not that. They're just getting blown out of the water of every round, aren't they?
It's also the way we're like buying here is we're investing so much on the half buys that we don't even have full nades.
Yeah.
Come the guns. It's looking
Patsy
real flat. look at the confidence now in some of these Aurora players. They can't really blame them. They haven't checked all map. 2 fast entries. Just need to scoop the bomb, and wow, this is
it doesn't
decimation.
It just doesn't. The macro isn't working, but the micro isn't either. Players are regularly not finishing off sprays. We're seeing whiffs. We're seeing misses. We're seeing players walk through smoke with their back to players. This is brutal. This is a really tough map to watch. Credits onto Aurora. Let's flip the script here, because Aurora is playing brilliantly. They're shooting well. They're not getting overzealous. Even by their standards, gotta say, Alan, the team we saw like at the end of 2023 versus the team we're seeing now, that team would have been holding W at the beginning of every round. They're aggressive, but they're also, after they get the early advantages, sitting, waiting for the response to come in. They're not just forcing every possible fight. There's at least some restraint here, and it does feel like this is a team that is growing and maturing.
Yeah. And add on to that, Deco's back, and you've just added a result. So if we're going to clean up our act in terms of the fundamentals, and we're going to, you know, Deco and Result might pan out to be the 2 best players now for this team. And that, you know, Result wasn't here, and Deco was in a bad state of form towards the end of last year for his high standards. So the team is very well poised. For me, they're probably still the favourites to win Challenger League this season. But they did lose yesterday, so some work to be done. They've done great. You can only beat the team in front of you, and, well, we're not going to pretend PARIVISION are mounting the highest caliber of resistance, but Aurora are doing so much to make PARIVISION uncomfortable in the first place.
Nope. P90, that shows you what they think of this game so far. This is where maybe a little bit of the looser playstyle's coming out. Just don't think it's going to cost them. Jerry's stuck. Molotov going to finish him. Ooh, it actually takes a little bit of an awkward bounce. So Jerry has a position to fight from. Problem is, he just has an MP9. But he's burned out Lackey. Hang on. A second round here. Might not change the course of this map, but it would sure make them feel better about it. They're trying to bait him in. They're trying to bait him into the monster app. This is the nades that are being thrown by Kenzie, is really just to bait them into Deco. But now the bomb's down. He's got a position to defend from. Deco's deep in towards the monster. They know exactly where these two are entering. Kenzie just waits for an audio cue. Oh, there's the spot. Shot through the fence. But it comes down to the clutch. Art Frost, he finally delivers. It's been the one piece hitting consistently this map. And he will get a second round on the board. We'll be back after this quick break. This could be a brief half. Art Frost desperately clawing his team to a second round. But that's it's not how you hope an Overpass CT defense goes.
Remember that he also won them pistol.
Yeah.
He got the 2 kills to bring him back into it, so
Yeah.
it is absolutely not an exaggeration to say that Art Frost prevented 12-0.
Feels that way.
Oh my.
Feels that way. On the other side of the coin, Patsy, where has he gone?
Patsy probably needs to be the best player on this team for it to function as intended. So this is, you know, obviously we don't expect this trend to continue, but it doesn't set a great precedent.
Turns out it's tough to drive a race car if you've got flat tire. And I mean, again, like I want to... Nonaneki has been newly added into this roster. He's an 18-year-old drawn up from the Spirit Academy team. You can't even really evaluate him in this. He's never had a chance. He was a B player, and they lost the fights on A so very consistently that PARIVISION played from behind in every round. Well, this is a quintessential must-win pistol. Each tunnel's being watched by dualies right now. Good flashbang. Nice shot. Here we go. Here's the combo. Result's going to get active. Could get caught by the con player. And he will indeed. 1 for 1 there. So pressure on. Advantage for PARIVISION. Something we've not been able to say much this map. But they have to see it through. They have to see it through. Bomb will go down. No. Bomb's leaving. Bomb's leaving. Okay. It's being tossed out in the open. A little fortunate, perhaps, that they don't get punished for that. But with the bomb now ticking away. Advantage on. Kickert's gotta win that. He doesn't. We're back into troubling territory. Comes down to Kenzie in the clutch. Back at the pillar. Nonaneki dancing. Knowing that he just needs to buy time. There's no kit down. So seconds off the clock are everything. Kenzie's not making a secret of his movements. Nonaneki checks, and now he's just running out of time. Running out of clock. Knows he has to force the issue. Nicely played from the new guy. They get the round.
Yeah, I guess it's better. Patsy's on the board. And the flash was good for Monster. And in that 2-on-1 at the end, they played off each other's contact well. So just nice to see some life in PARIVISION. At least they ensure a little bit of a longer game. Force buy in response. Of course, it didn't go well. Believe it or not, for anyone that's just joined us, PARIVISION have won both pistols on this map. Didn't go well last time, second round. And clearly, if they want to make this competitive, let alone win the map, find overtime, they've got to be cleaner this time. Cannot slip up again.
Kenzie. Third. Ooh, dinked. Maybe a little overzealous in the repeak. Patsy has now started this half a lot better than he ended the first. And it's looking good for PARIVISION early on. Danger's not gone just yet, though. Sure, he will be all too familiar with Result's ability to turn these kind of rounds on their head. Inching forward. Oh no, that's the bomb. That's the bomb. That's the spot. That's the kills. Result taking command here. 5-7 in hand, isolating the fight, isolating his angles, and he might just do this all himself. Meanwhile, a flank's developing, but Result doesn't wait for it. He seizes the opportunity. He seizes the round. He grabs control, and it's disaster now on 25 seconds for Kickert. And on the other side, Result's coming towards his ace. Oh, maybe overzealous, but the nade will secure it. They've done it again. They've won the force. They've upset the apple cart of PARIVISION, and this time it was one man who brought this great result.
It's like a car crash. I just can't watch it. I know I shouldn't be watching it, but I can't look away.
Yeah.
It is savagery. And Result. This kid is, said at the off, he is He is no joke. He's such a good signing for this team. And he just produces rounds like that sometimes. He's always meant to be the more reserved round-to-round play. You know, gets his 2 kills defending a site. But he can still be a monster. And now Aurora are in a phenomenal position. Deco does get traded, so the perfect start here. Galil handed over, but with 11 rounds, and you're on the rifles. Doesn't get any better than this.
No. Kinsey might get punished here. It's all about timing. But it's Patsy on the other side, so not so much fear. Still both players walk away. And Kinsey comes right back into it. There's no world where Kickit would have expected it. He thought the smoke drop was to bail out, and instead, it just sets up another fight. This guy's a madman. He's an absolute madman.
And soon to be a dead man, surely.
Surely. Unless they think he slipped towards sight. Or wrapped. No, he's being pinched. They should know. They have to know, right? They have to know. And indeed they do.
He spent a lot of time. There's only 30 seconds. This is going to be terribly flustered.
He spotted the bomb, I think, as well towards long, which is why the second player rotates up. Now they're getting active outside of con. Options are going to be limited here. They have to go. There's no more stall out utility, though. So that at least works in their favor. They're trying to run a full execute. Just guessing with the nades, but the bomb's now dropped. The bomb's now dropped. They're out of time. They're out of chances. And map point will hit the board.
It's just absolute dominance and confidence, and every player on Aurora feels like they're going to win every duel they peek into, don't they?
Yeah. Genuinely, you're seeing no fear. You're seeing no fear into these duels. You're seeing re-peaks, you're seeing re-swings, re-clears, and I can't blame them. They're winning. Yeah.
I mean, in a close game, Kenzie might have been punished for that, and we might be sat here saying, oh, it's too much, but Aurora can do no wrong. Tremendous lead. Tremendous play so far. Deco's been a monster. Result has been great. Deco, though, again, does get traded early, so he's giving up a little bit here. Very awkward exchanges, so Aurora can stay calm, and it should be a done deal.
I don't think they're listening to you, though. It's a bit madcap. As much credit as I was giving them earlier for maybe being a bit of a calmer team, that seems to be falling by the wayside. Not a Neki, though. Overextends himself. It's a bit of a clown car setup in Connector. Just more and more players, and that will be the map. It's hard to see a path back into that for Aurora. Or, sorry, for PARIVISION. As Aurora saw only path to victory, only domination. That is one of the most one-sided games you will see this season of Challenger League.
This year.
This year.
That was, wow. Where do we even start with that?